All right, looks like we are live. It is 5:59, so we got maybe a few seconds. So I'll let everyone find the channel before I start yapping. Just for a few seconds, really. Most people, I'm sure, will miss the beginning. I'm sorry, I'm not good enough to figure out how to link the announcement live stream to the actual real live stream. So yeah, you just got to follow the channel, and I apologize for that, you guys. It's been hectic. It's been wild. We're at 6 o'clock now. So welcome to Collapsing with Casey. Thank you guys for joining. Uh, lots to talk about, man. Lots going on. The title of today's show: the UN adds hot showers and stock shelves to the Endangered Species Act, because that's all going away. Even though they're not species, it's just a joke, obviously. I want to thank a couple of people who um, who donated. I had two donations to me, very nice, generous. Thank you so much. You know who you are. And the very next letter I opened was $1,055 tax bill. So you can imagine, like, my, oh, cool, man, fuck yeah, to what? So yeah, apparently going back to 2020, owe some back taxes, $1,000, $1,055. It is what it is. I mean, at this point, I think I'm trying to take it all in stride. But enough about me, and just thank you guys. Thank you guys. But I wanted to talk about this. If Hopefully everybody watched Guy McPherson's um, video the other day about collapse of everything. That was really fucking good, man. That's exactly the way I see it too. And he called it out. He said it better than anyone could say it. And one of the stories that was linked in that, um, I wanted to just read the subhead, and you probably already heard this, but I just wanted to re-emphasize that because I think it's important. Um, that Marco Bruciati, friend of mine, friend of the channel, he reached out and pointed out some things that were going to come kind of due in October financially for countries and global economy. And I asked, like, well, what's the date? And well, I haven't been able to find that until Guy's video the other day. He said October. I thought it was October 19th, but I'm looking at the CNN headline. It's October 18th. So the United States could be just weeks away from defaulting on its debt for the first time ever. That's huge, right? Defaulting on your debt. That's a big deal, especially when you're talking about the empire of the planet, the evil empire of the planet. But neither here nor there. The U.S. 28.4 trillion. Oh, and then in parentheses, 39.15 trillion debt limit was reinstated on August 1st. Since then, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has been keeping the nation's finances afloat by using emergency accounting maneuvers. Accounting maneuvers. That sounds hopeful. That sounds sustainable. That sounds okay, right? Um, Known as extraordinary measures, these steps allow the government to borrow additional funds without breaching debt ceiling. Oh, thank you. It's okay. And we all know money's fake, but we also know that when they demand that we pay up, we kind of live beyond our means, right? Billionaires. Billionaires are supposed to pay that. No, they don't. That's why they're billionaires. We do the labor for them to pay. Oh, fuck. What up? And speaking of fuck show, have you ever watched or heard of or watched Wonder Shows? And it used to be a show on MTV about 10 years ago. It's really funny, really really fucked up. It's a very doomy show. If you haven't seen Wonder Shows, and I wanted to, and I don't mean to sing for y'all and any of that, but just because I like to use the term shit show, it dawned on me the other day that the Wonder Shows in opening theme is kids show. All I want is a kids show, and you can just insert shit show. All I want is a shit show. But it's a really funny show. If you haven't checked it out, it'll give you a good laugh. Super good humor from back in the day. It's over probably 10 years or more older. So and there's not a lot to find on YouTube and stuff. You got to find the DVDs or maybe get them on Netflix, like back when they used to send DVDs in the mail. And you would just trade out, because I had, I think, 2 seasons worth I found, had them sent to me, and that was years ago. Obviously, they used to send out DVDs instead of just having the internet. But they would send kids out into the street to interview like people, like people in suits on Wall Street, and they just have a kid putting a microphone in an adult's head, and so, "Excuse me, sir, why do you exploit children?" That kind of shit. It was fucking good, dude. It was really good for its time. And I think it's still relevant now. Obviously, there's nothing really very much like that on television, and very rarely ever has been. I mean, I think like the few true good television moments would be like Guy McPherson on well, nice assholes, fucking loud exhaust assholes. Guy McPherson on National Geographic with Bill Nye and Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he said there wouldn't be a person on the planet, human being on the planet in 2030, which obviously that was so long ago that things have gotten much worse and we're much more faster along. So now I think he's still pretty much 2026, and I agree with that, and that's for bunker dwellers. And I obviously us land dwellers, normies, more so in that level. And we're not normies as far as the mentality of the population. We're normies as far as we live on the fucking land with the rest of these crazy psychos that still think that voting matters, or they're pro-Trump, or they're pro-Biden, or they're anti-abortionist, or pull your stuff up by the bootstraps kind of people. So we're pretty well fucked. But that's all I kind of wanted to add about that. A little, little, little rant there. And let me go back to the try to find the YouTube. Go. So Grateful Dan, thank you. Mark Costins, welcome. Aaron Smith, oh, I didn't know about the La Palma feed cut. Yeah, that thing's crazy, man. If that thing breaks off, is that, am I thinking of the right thing? La Palma. No, I'm thinking of something different. I'm thinking of the volcano off of Spain, and now I forget the name that's been going off. And if that island kind of falls off in the ocean, how it would create such a tidal wave that it would wipe out all of the eastern United States, right there at the coast. And I think that's remained to be seen. So that's something just to keep an eye out on. But it's not looking good. It's very angry. It's a very angry volcano, it seems. So hey, I'm gonna post the link to the Zoom if anybody wants to join. I talked to Benjamin the Donkey earlier. We had a really good chat, man. Love that dude. Man, he's a solid dude, smart dude, and he's it's so awesome that he's down with the channel. So I really appreciate that, and he likes he likes the channel, and he likes what I say, and just I guess my vibe or whatever, and so that's really special, because shit, man, dude's written books, and he's the limericks of doom guy. You know, he's he's the man. So that's really cool. It was really cool to get a call from him earlier, and we talked about. There's a lot going on, and I don't want to make this about me, because there is a lot going on with me. I got fired yesterday. That's a whole nother fuck show. Um, my and quick, my wife is taking care of her father who has Alzheimer's, and is going down so fast enough that he needs daily supervision. So he's 2.5 hours away. So she can't just buzz home and we hang out, have a dinner, and a drink and enjoy each other's company. It's not like that at all. And she maintains the house while I go to work. Well, now I'm not going to work anymore. So now I guess I've got to go back to delivering food, and just whatever to make ends meet, but also possibly get rid of all the animals, the reptiles, and get this house ready for sale because I only have enough savings to be able to do that, and then just dip into the capital that I have in the house. But of course, as you get older, you don't want to leave your house. I love this house. Best house, most comfortable, warm, cozy, beautiful, everything. So I love this house. But it's not the same without Tammy. Um, but it's still our house for the at least the time being. So it's all of that. And yeah, like losing my job, and wrongfully so, I was totally ousted again. And if we had more time, if things were better off, I would definitely get a lawyer, and I could lead on a lawyer. That an old coworker sued my same company, and and came out with a good win. That was probably pretty fair for him. So that's pretty cool. And we talked last night, so that's all good. But man, there's I want to hear how you guys are doing because um, you know, I don't have much to say other than that. Like it's been tough. Yeah, I did I came home from sleeping in my car, working a race all weekend last weekend. Made my money, everything was cool. Um, except for I missed being home. Uh, everything was cool, but just the reality, the realization of not having Tammy here and being coming home alone with this. We're all kind of alone in our knowledge of this, right? So it's really tough to. But when you have somebody that's your partner and they're not there anymore, that's a huge, big loss, right? That's a huge loss. So, um, uh, that's kind of what is really going on is things are collapsing so fast. Like Kevin Hester has that blog post about the cascading effects of loss of sea ice, Arctic ice, uh, at the poles. Well, I also am seeing just like guys video on the other day on the collapse of everything was exactly it's all so cascading, um, that it's hard to wrap your head around. There's so much failing together collectively and building upon. And that's why I'm really worried about this October 19th. Things are getting called to pay your debts. Evergrande in China they're missing their payments. They can't pay their debts. China is about uh, out of natural gas, out of energy. So is the UK, and I think it's more countries than just them, including us. But it's not being talked about as much as those countries because that just makes everybody feel kind of still warm and fuzzy that it's not here yet. It's over there, and we're still okay. And I don't agree with that. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't have anything to back that up, but I think we're all pretty well up the same creek. And it's just my observation, my gut feeling. So, and with that, even losing my job, I didn't I didn't freak out too bad. I started to cry, and then I was just like, you know what? It's okay. Um, so I think it's okay, for now. Tomorrow, I don't know. After the 19th, I don't know. It doesn't looks like because October is a time when collapse happens. Like the stock market's always crashing and fall, and this debt is being pulled out to be paid on the 19th. That's very worrisome for me. Maybe it's the 18th. Maybe I got the story right. I thought I when I talked, thought it was the 18th. This story, I think, or sorry, I thought it was the 19th, and I think the story says either way, it's a day. It doesn't matter. One day apart. But my thing is, I'm just kind of looking at how things. Hey, there's a Tammy Casey. Are you related? Are you a Casey? Are you a Casey? How'd you get that name? Who's your relatives? Aunt Hickory. What are you wearing? Yeah. So uh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like I've there's not much else to say. I don't think, other than if nobody wants to jump on the Zoom and talk. Um, Benjamin the donkey was going to come on as we talked earlier, and he went to take a nap. So he may have overslept, which is cool. Sleep. We talked about sleep and how important that is, and all this stress. Dealing with all this stress, sleep is it's really the best medicine, right? Um, he's stolen. Um, Sleeper is really the best medicine, and if you can get rest, get it, because the knowledge and the stress is it's very taxing, I think, on all of us. Um, that's that's something to you. Uh, this is just Aaron says just waiting for some dominoes to fall, brother. Shit's about to get weird. I love the way you spelled that. Yeah. Um, oh, Tammy's saying wasn't the cap extended December 3rd or something? I didn't know that. That's interesting. So if that's the case, we'll see how things go from here. But and at least that ends our question of one of the major questions of tonight's show to maybe we got a couple more months to re-deal with the situation of calling these debts to payment. I'm going to take the same advice on my $1,000 IRS bill. I go, yeah, let's just be friends until December 3rd, and we'll go back. Let's see how we done. Let's see what kind of progress we make. That's stupid. Oh, oh man. Hey Rita. So not much else I can really hey Susan, not really much else I can say about all that. Um Unless anybody wants to jump on the Zoom. I was kind of halfway through cleaning a couple of snake cages because a couple of them are stinking. I don't want a stinky house. And now that I'm out of work, hey, I got time to clean house, clean cages, which they're all good. They're all good, but I've got a little work cut out for me, and you know I'll have time to take care of that while I have also time to come up with a plan and probably worst case scenario 3 or 4 days I just go back to delivering food again. Try to make $100 a day. That won't pay the bills, but it'll buy us a little bit more time instead of having, you know, instead of running out of money in 2 months. Maybe we won't run out of money until 3 months or something like that. Kind of that's the goal. That's the game plan. Um, other than that, yeah, I just wanted to thank folks that reached out and sent some money. So much that was really really sweet, really nice. Um, Rita asked, "How long do you go between feedings for them?" The snakes, they can go for a week, 2, 3 weeks between meals. It just depends on my schedule, and I don't want to feed them too much because, and I don't have a problem with that. But I also don't want to feed them too little either, and I don't have a problem with it either. So yeah, to keep them healthy and body weight and everything proper every 2 to 3 weeks is pretty mostly every 2 weeks, because I do have some younger boas that still that are still growing, and so they eat more regularly because they're young, and they're growing obviously food. So yeah, Susan, I'm not working right now. I just got fired yesterday. Got fired for ordering parts that needed. To make a long story short, that's what I got fired for, and that was really really screwed up. But is what it is. That place is healthy. Um, is they everything is passed down, and so me being more lower on the totem pole, um, I couldn't work fast enough for them, perform fast enough for them, even though I was doing the work of one, I mean 2 to 3 people. I can prove that, on paper and all the facts and everything. And they even agreed that yeah, we need 3 people. Yet they fired temps that were helping us do things. In fact, doing the things that fired was pulling parts. It had 2 big ticket items, major ticket items. I didn't have time to pull the parts we had in for them. When I didn't have any place to put them either, because we were rearranging the whole shop, like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. We were moving the right side of the shop, left side, and vice versa. Literally, I mean, it sounds stupid, exactly what we were doing, and because of that, I had all this extra workload. And even though I got it done and maintained, was able to keep up the tasks that were given to me and keep up with my emails, good stuff. Yeah, it is what it is, and I'm equally as better off by not getting paid by being there as I am for going there, because that's the environment. That's not a good environment, and it's just better off that I'm gone. So it's good for both parties, except for the fact now I can no longer pay my bills, right? So that's kind of important. Um, and I'm kind of a one man solo show now. My wife taking care of her dad, so yeah, there's a lot to going on. Um, and I've got to get back at it, as we say. Think about some dinner. Um, Thank you, Trish. Um, Posted the Zoom link. I'll post it one more time. Benjamin the donkey just called me, but I don't have a way to connect him to you guys unless he goes through um, unemployment season. I've been eligible for unemployment at least 3 times in my life, and I've never collected a dollar. My the job always lies, and and unemployment is a failure. It's a bullshit part of this system. At least it's never worked for me. I've worked since I was 13, and when I say work, I mean doing the job of multiple people, because I'm a good worker. I'm good at what I do. I'm not very good at much, but what I do, I am good at. whether it's race announcing or a parts guy, I'm really good at, and I won't down from, you know what, if anybody else can do this better, have at it. And they fill my seat, they will not get, and if we had another 6 months or a year, maybe that same parts director would finally get fired because he's protecting his daughter. Is all that is a shit show in itself. Me fired both times, and but a new parts manager might me back because I know the customers like me. Do my work. I am their parts, and if something's wrong, I fix it. It's as simple as that. I'm good and follow through at what I do. Um, that's all it is. It's all it is. Just being on time and doing your job. I do. That doesn't get awarded anymore. People like to pass stuff down the chain and blame it on the little guy. And upper management never hears from the little guy. Nobody even came and asked me my side of this story. I'm like, yeah, I got fired for ordering parts that we needed. I literally got fired for that. My coworker doesn't send stuff out every day. She it's ready to go. She'll sit on it for days. Um, she'll invoice customers for parts that haven't even shipped or been ordered. Um, it's all a shit show. All a shit show. That it is what it is. So this will be a short one. I think since nobody's coming on coming on the Zoom, I'm ready to figure out what's for dinner because it's on me. And it's just time. Just time. Don't forget to get on my email list. We do a Tuesday private Zoom at 6 p.m. same time as this, but it's Tuesday. Practice track at yahoo.com. Practice like a dental practice track, like a racetrack. Email me at practicetrack@yahoo.com and I'll get you on that email list, and you can do private Zooms with us. Those are really good and cover a lot of it. And it's not recorded, so that's why more people are on and more things are being. So it's really good. I really appreciate everybody that checks out the Tuesday Zooms that I do just from my email blast. You guys take care. Let's see what next week brings and the rest of November. You guys are safe. It's a out there. Obviously, everything's a scam. Phone call is a scam. Every lead is a scam. The stores are having more and more supply chain issues. The parts departments are having more and more supply chain issues. And when I say parts departments, I mean big trucks deliver the food, the fuel. That keep America going. Woo! So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We'll see. Hey, maybe not till 2050. Oh, what a fucking shit. Thanks again, you guys. I appreciate your time. We'll see y'all in a week or Tuesday.